Rockstar released 4 games between 2010 and 2013, with Red Dead Redemption, LA Noire, Max Payne 3, and Grand Theft Auto 5. The least successful being Max Payne 3, which had the lowest review scores and the smallest amount of copies sold. Being one of the most expensive games of all time, with a budget of $105 million, Max Payne 3 is one of the best third-person shooters that nobody talks about. The main gimmick of Max Payne 3 is slowing down time in order to place the perfect shots. Bullet time can be activated while behind cover, on the move, or while diving through the air. Max has a bullet time meter that can be refilled by killing people. However, the bullet dodge mechanic can be used whenever, regardless if the meter is empty. When you aren't diving through the air, the gunplay in real time is still immersive and satisfying. The guns sound amazing and the animations look great too. Taking cover, shooting, diving, and rolling around on the ground all look seamless and smooth, for the most part. This game prioritizes animations over inputs, which can be frustrating at times. Quick tangent, Max's health doesn't regenerate on its own, so if you want to regain health, you'll have to use painkillers. If you have painkillers in your inventory when you lose all your health, before you die you're given the chance to shoot the NPC that killed you. If you kill them in time, you'll stay alive. It's a good feature that keeps the pace of the game going, but there will be times throughout the game when Max's animations aren't quick enough. You'll watch Max slowly try to spin around, but the animation will take too long, which after 10 or so seconds, you'll die. Although it's common, it doesn't happen enough to ruin the experience. For Max Payne 3, Rockstar improved upon the famous Euphoria physics engine, which creates dynamic animations on the fly, so each time you shoot somebody, they will react in their own unique way. You're able to see the devastating impact that bullets have on NPCs, as they stumble, fall over, and occasionally grab the area that they were shot at. The physics in this game, both for the NPCs and the environment, is one of the many things that makes this game replayable. Along with the high quality sound and animations, Max Payne 3 has visuals that still hold up today. The game was developed for the PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 in 2012, yet the visuals are still better than some games released 2 console generations later. Instead of a large open world taking up both time and space, Rockstar was able to spend more time on the visuals and the environments. Each chapter will take Max somewhere new, and each location comes with its own unique weapons. In the favelas of Sao Paulo, you'll find AKs, revolvers, and Uzis, whereas in the police station, you'll find MP5s and 1911s. There's one thing that affects repeat playthroughs of Max Payne 3, and that is the obnoxious amount of cutscenes in this game. Now, I have no problem with long cutscenes as long as they serve a purpose in the overall story, which this game has plenty of. If you want to pay attention to the story, be ready to watch multiple cutscenes that are over 5 minutes long. If that was all, I wouldn't complain, but there are multiple instances where Rockstar insists on throwing in cutscenes that hurt the pace of the game, like throwing in multiple cutscenes of Max opening doors or sneaking around, all instances where I, the player, could have controlled him myself. Multiple levels have moments where you will enter a room, kill 2 or 3 enemies, just to watch a cutscene of Max leaving the room to repeat the process all over again. I understand that Rockstar likely had to incorporate these cutscenes as a way to load in assets for the next level, seeing as this game is 2 console generations old, but that doesn't stop the cutscenes from affecting the experience. Since I'm mentioning the cutscenes now, let me give you a spoiler-free summary of the game. Max is a retired NYPD officer whose wife and children were murdered many years prior. This isn't a spoiler, it's literally the very first scene in the original Max Payne. After years of heavy drinking and painkiller abuse, Max kills the son of a powerful crime boss, forcing him to leave New York City. He accepts a job offered to him by Raul Passos to become a private security contractor for the Branco family in Sao Paulo, Brazil. The head of the family, Rodrigo Branco, is a rich real estate mogul who has a trophy wife, Fabiana, his younger brother, Victor, and everyone's favorite, Marcelo. The game opens with a kidnapping attempt on the Branco family, which Max prevents. However, sometime later, the family go to a nightclub when another kidnap attempt is made. This time, Rodrigo's wife Fabiana is kidnapped, which begins a series of events where Max attempts to get Fabiana back. After many failures, Max hits rock bottom, only to uncover a large conspiracy which involves human trafficking implicating both the Brazilian government and the Branco family.
You're turning humans into glue.
The story isn't Oscar-worthy, and although the writing isn't terrible, it does have its bad moments. Like this guy who randomly shows up in the middle of a war zone to pick up Max, drop some information on him, and take him to the next shooting gallery. The villains are underwhelming too. We are only shown them a few times, and Max will only have one interaction with some. Regardless, you're not playing Max Payne 3 for the story, you're playing it to have fun and enjoy the mechanics that Rockstar spent years trying to perfect. Although the game doesn't have the best story, James McCaffrey, the voice of Max Payne in all 3 games, arguably gives his best performance in this one. McCaffrey has perfected Max's internal monologue that you will listen to throughout the game.
Here I was, about to execute this poor bastard like some dime store angel of death, and I realized they were correct. I wouldn't know right from wrong if one of them was helping the poor and the other was banging my sister.
Honestly, if it wasn't for McCaffrey's performance, I would skip most of these long and drawn-out cutscenes. Sadly, this past December, James McCaffrey passed away at the age of 65. With the recent announcement that Remedy would be remaking the first 2 Max Payne games, it seems that McCaffrey passed away before finishing his lines for the remakes. It's hard to imagine somebody else reprising the role of Max, but maybe they will be able to implement AI technology to bring back the voice of Max Payne. After you beat the main story, you can mess around with the multiplayer and arcade mode. Unfortunately, with the game being 12 years old, the multiplayer servers are dead, but based on others' opinions, the multiplayer mode was fun, fleshed out, and had creative game modes. However, the arcade mode was slightly disappointing. I thought it would have challenge maps similar to the Arkham games, where I can try to take down as many people as possible. Instead, the game modes presented are Score Attack, where you try to get the highest score possible, New York Minute, where you're given a minute and each kill increases the time you have, and the Challenge mode, where the game will give you challenges like kill 3 people while behind cover or without aiming. All of these modes play out in the story, so you're forced to watch the exact same cutscenes from the main game, which makes this mode practically unplayable for me. It's neat at first since you can change the outfits that Max wears, but I wish it just threw you into an environment with a bunch of people to kill. Although Max Payne 3 has some flaws that hurt the replay value, the gameplay and visuals alone make this game worth it if you haven't beaten it before. If you stayed around to the end of this video and enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I have several videos lined up that I will be posting over the coming weeks, so stay tuned and have a good day.